Hello everyone, it's Miss Davis. I wanted to show you how to access our class website and kind of show you some of the projects that we do in this course every year. So if you start from the main page, go to academics, it's the first thing here, arts and CTE, it'll take you to our department website. These are all of our fabulous art teachers and career tech ed teachers. So normally we would do an annual event. It's a large-scale collaborative event with everyone in the department. So you can come here and kind of check out things we've done in the past. Because of COVID, we weren't able to do it last year and probably not going to be able to do it this year, but hopefully we can resume when COVID is under control. So if you scroll down, we had a art show, an art gala, where we rented a huge gallery in Tarzana, and it's probably one of my favorite things we've ever done. It was really cool, and we had a theme of social media and technology and how it's taking over the world, so it was pretty cool. 2018, this one was also kind of one of my favorites. We did a zombie carnival, so we actually made everything in this carnival. The culinary students made zombie themed food. We made all these games. So our woodshop students made a giant Connect Four and a Jenga and this huge basketball game. It was pretty cool. We made a giant checkerboard. This is our basketball game. This was probably the coolest part. And yeah, so this was really cool. Before that, we did Cupcake Wars, where we actually had professional chefs she's a famous chef, and then chefs that were on Cupcake Wars as contestants or judges. And they were our judges. We had 3 teams. We had the Elvis team, the diner team, and the drive-in team. And our students designed, built, and painted all of these pieces and the sets. Our students made the t-shirts, everything, and then we had music and created cupcakes. And there was a competition. This team won. And the first one we did was a surrealism art show. So that one was our very first in 2016. All right, if you go back up here and you hover over pathways, it'll open up a page for each program that we offer at our school. So we have a lot of really cool stuff. Mine is at the top because I made the website, so I got to pick. And if you go here, you will see we have an Instagram where I post your work and just pictures of the class. And a little bit about me. I have my own portfolio you can click on. And we're going to click on this in a minute. So project samples from Intro to Art, and I also have an Advanced Art. So if you're interested in expanding your art, you can take Intro to Art first and Advanced Art second. If you have more time, like if you're a freshman or a sophomore, we also have a ceramics course that you can take and an AP course that you can take, so it's pretty cool. And the teacher for that is Miss Torres, and she is fabulous. All right, so Intro to Art, we have drawing. So since we are teaching completely online for, I'm guessing, at least the first semester, you're going to be doing a lot of drawing because you guys don't exactly have all the art supplies at your homes that we do in our classroom. So we're going to be doing a lot more drawing than we usually do. Usually we would offer painting. We can do watercolor or acrylic. We have to figure that out. And we usually do a pinata project, which is pretty awesome. The pinatas are gigantic. So we will see how this year plays out if we can do any of these really big, fun things with all the, we'd have to do it in our classroom. So next we have some of our former students who have actually gone on to art school. They're still in college, but I'm very proud of them. This is Rosanna Paz. She still comes back and volunteers sometimes. She's pretty amazing. This is Stacy Avendano, same thing. And then Alondra Hernandez. So we have some really talented alumni. Normally we would go to the Getty, but you know, this year it's probably not going to happen, unfortunately. And usually we have our CSUN show, which is probably not going to happen. I'm so sorry. Okay, so let's go check out some of the art. This is my portfolio. I feel like if I'm going to teach you art, I should show you the kind of art that I make so you have a better understanding of who I am. I love Lady Gaga. She's fantastic. Her new album is not my favorite, but it's okay. These are some of my pieces. So I went to CSUN, and I also went to COC for my to get my associates. And I majored in drawing and painting the human figure. While I was at COC, I was majoring in interior design, which is where I get this from. So I'm actually going to teach you how to do this for sure, because you can do this at home. It's very difficult, but we're gonna attempt it. And these are just some of my paintings and drawings. This is a mural that is one of my first murals. It's at College of the Canyons in that big gray building that's right off the freeway. And it's really big. It's about 22 feet long and I would say 11 feet tall. It's very big. I'm also a children's book illustrator, so this is one of my books, That Time Eli Zombie Pants Lost His Brain. So this is all watercolor for the background, and then I use Copics for the characters. Copics are really cool Japanese markers, and I'm obsessed with them. They are so awesome. So these are some pages from my books, and then these are some of my paintings of just some cool chicks. All right, enough about me. So let's go look at Intro to Art. So again, this is what we usually do. I think we're going to be able to do some of this at home, so we are for sure going to do a Zentangle. So we're going to do the Zentangle first, actually. These are some of my examples. I'm probably going to show you this again later, a little more in detail. So Zentangles are very soothing, right? Because it's kind of like you're doodling, but it's an organized doodle. And they turn out really cool, and they're a really good first project because it's just line and shape, which is, you know, in my opinion, the easiest form of art. So we're going to start with a Zentangle. We are also going to learn how to draw portraits. We're probably going to do this the fall semester, probably, I would say, the last project of the fall semester. These are all student portraits. So this is what I went to school for, you know, drawing portraits. My students are pretty good at drawing portraits, as you can see. So hopefully yours will come out this amazing, even though you're doing it from home. So these are all of some samples of portraits. We're going to attempt to do interior design drawings. This might be spring semester. If we are in person, it'll be a lot more easy to do. If we are not, we're just going to try and do it from home. So this one is mine, but these are all students, and these are all beginning students. So there's a trick to doing this. It's called perspective. There's 1 point and 2 point perspective. If you look, there's a dot right here. Every single line in this drawing that is not a vertical goes, or a horizontal, goes to this little dot here. That is one dot, so that is 1 point. If you look at something that's a 2 point, like this one, if you follow the lines, this and this go here, right? This line and this line go here. That's 2 points. So this is 1 and 2 point perspective. Okay, so we're going to scroll down a little. Pinatas, the messiest and most fun project, I feel. If we are back in class, if we are able to share supplies, which I don't know that we will be, but if we are, then we could do this. But we might not be able to do this, but we'll see. So for our pinata project, we all get into groups and we create these massive pinatas. This little guy here was about 4 feet tall and he has a huge tail in the back. He was maybe 5 feet wide. He had to be taken home in the back of a truck, so he's pretty big. And then some people make tiny ones, but so these are some of our pinatas. Painting, if I can get paint to you guys. I do a different painting every year, so I like to switch it up. I've only repeated once, and it was this project. So these are paintings that are inspired by famous artists, and I selected, I believe, 5 or 6 artists, and the students had to pick the artist that they want, and then create something more current and something in pop culture using the style of that artist. So this is a pretty fun project. There's also a famous street artist named Shepard Fairy. Shepard Fairy is, in my opinion, Shepard Fairy and Banksy are some of the most famous artists of your time and my time. They are street artists. Shepard Fairy actually lived in LA. I think he still lives here. So there's a documentary on him, and it's pretty interesting. There's one on Banksy too. Very interesting. So he does a lot of, he created this Obama Hope poster, which I'm sure you've seen. I'm sure you've seen this poster. And he also does a skater brand. The skater brand is called Obey, which I'm sure you guys have seen Obey stuff around. And everything he creates has kind of this social statement about it. So this is one project that we do where people are using his aesthetic, which is flat shapes, very graphic, geometric, and they create these images that promote a social issue or are against a social issue. Another thing, I think I want to try this if we can figure out a way to get you supplies. If you draw with chalk or charcoal on white paper, I don't think it's as exciting as if you draw on colored paper. So this is charcoal on toned paper, we call it. So paper that's not white is toned paper. Basically, the tone is your middle ground tone, and all you need is a black piece of chalk and a white piece of chalk or charcoal. And actually, we use chalkboard chalk for the white, and I think it turns out pretty well. So these are all student samples. They're pretty cool. I really like chalk or charcoal on tone paper. Watercolor cubist cartoons. So we do these cartoons that are inspired by Picasso. Students seem to like it. I think it's a nice little exercise on how to create shapes with watercolor and stay in the lines and all that stuff. So we might be able to do that. This is an older project that I kind of stopped doing, which is Day of the Dead portraits. This is colored pencil on black paper, which makes it kind of pop. So I really like that. Okay, then if you are interested in taking advanced art, I believe it's advanced painting right now, painting 2. We always end up creating a series. So a series is a set of paintings that have a story or a common theme. These are some examples of students that have created a series. So they're pretty awesome. Notice that they have a similarity in color, in theme. Another thing that we do usually is the memory project. So we're not going to be able to do this year because unfortunately the people at the nonprofit were not allowed to travel to take photographs of the kids in the other countries. So it's a bummer, but We usually do the memory project, which we get photographs of children from poor countries or countries that are going through war. We've done a project with, I believe these are boys from a all boys school in Afghanistan. We did that last year, and then this is from an all girls school in Syria. So they actually fly the portraits back. So we give them the portraits. They fly it back to the village that they live in and they give it to the kids and they create a video. This is the video for the Syrian one. And then I cannot get it embedded in this website. So this is the link to the Afghanistan project. Another thing I love to do is a painting parody. So this is one of my paintings, and it's a parody on a famous Renaissance painting, The Arrival of Marie de Medici, and it's from Sir Peter Paul Rubens, which he is fantastic. And these are student samples, so there's some really cool stuff going on here. I love this project. We take famous paintings and then we make them new and exciting. And it's kind of like a more difficult version of the inspiration paintings from Intro to Art. We also paint portraits, which is my specialty. So this is my old friend, and then this is my nephew. But these are students, and I need to get more samples. So for some reason, I didn't save all the pictures. And then we also do a double vision portrait. So one of my favorite artists, this is her and I. Her name is Alex Garant. She's from Canada. And she does these really cool paintings with blurred vision and multiple facial features. So this is one that I did. It's black paper with colored pencil on top, and it makes it pop. And these are some of the students' work. Also, we have woven drawings. So my advanced class this year, this is all pencil. We could definitely do this. So you basically cut up strips of 2 magazine images, weave them together, and then you have to draw it. And it's a really good, fun exercise. There's also Bob Ross. So Bob Ross uses oil paint, which is much easier to work with than acrylic. We don't use oil paint because it's highly flammable and very toxic. So we use acrylic, so it's a little harder than he makes it look, but these are some of the student pieces that were created with following along a Bob Ross video, so that's always fun. And then the other ones, I haven't really done those in years, so that's basically the projects that you can expect to see. Hopefully with COVID, we can do different versions of everything, but yeah, we'll see what we can pull off this year. So, welcome to my class. Thank you.